until we end the gun violence epidemic in the United States of America.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries blames Republicans for lack of agreement on an assault weapons ban and expanded background checks. The White House says House Republicans are wasting time with an impeachment probe of President Biden, accused by Republicans of lying when he denies involvement in his son Hunter's business dealings.
The president's not lying about anything as it relates to what House Republicans are trying to do. It is baseless. It is a political stunt, and it has not proven that the president has done anything wrong. Anything wrong.
Spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says Congress should be focused on its own unfinished business before the holiday recess, including talks on border security, which is holding up a foreign aid package that includes more help for Ukraine and Israel. Thousands of migrants lined up in Mexico, hoping to catch freight trains to Eagle Pass, Texas, where many expect to receive a notice to appear for a later court date.
These migrants will be taken to a soft-sided process, and many of them, if not most of them, will be released on an NTA. That's what's driving them, the guarantee that they know they're going to be released.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Eagle Pass, where this week alone there have been nearly 15,000 crossings. We're just getting reports the U.S. Senate is expected to stay in session Monday as bipartisan border talks continue. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The red and blues could light up any time. Radar's clear. It's mostly sunny and 50 degrees. Low 29 tonight. I'm Donnie Burgess. Here's what's trending at 3:02. You've probably heard about more cop chases than last year. It goes to show there's nothing routine about the job, says Sergeant John Perrine with Indiana State Police.
99.9% of our interactions on a day-to-day basis go just like you would expect them to do, whether that be, helping somebody, issuing a ticket, even making an arrest. The vast majority of those go without incident.
Perrine says police chases are up over 100% from last year. A baby died in Indianapolis this week. John Herrick reports the mother is being criminally charged.
Last week, IMPD says they were called to a hospital and told that a baby was seriously injured. That child's mother, Ingris Marlene Hernandez, was arrested Friday. The baby ended up dying on Monday. Police say Marlene Hernandez likely shook the baby and also changed her story several times. The cause of the child's death was ruled a homicide on Wednesday, so the charges against Marlene Hernandez are neglect of a dependent causing death and aggravated battery. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana gas down 16 cents from last week, says AAA. Today's average is $2.80 a gallon. It's the Indianapolis Colts and Pittsburgh Steelers this Saturday inside Lucas Oil Stadium. Both teams are fighting to make the playoffs.
We still got 4 games left, and to me, this is another game, but we know the importance of it.
Colts head coach Shane Steichen. He was so much more than the sport of basketball in Indiana. Kurt Darling reports on the legacy of George McGinnis.
And played only one season for the Indiana Hoosiers in college, but he made his biggest impact to the game of basketball as a member of the Indiana Pacers, signing with the team in 1971.
It kept me home. I just lost my dad a year and a half, 2 years previous. I wanted to be close with my mom, and it was just a perfect situation.
McGinnis, in an interview back in 2017, he's one of only 4 Pacers players ever to have their jersey retired by the franchise. McGinnis was 73. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Your time is 3:04. Traffic and weather in 1 minute.
You've heard about the thousands of patients finally getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to QC Kinetics non-invasive treatments. Meet Vicky, a patient from right here in Nineveh.
The orthopedic surgeon said, well, you're going to need knee replacement sooner rather than later. I kept hearing commercials about QC Kinetics and thought, well, I'm going to check them out first.
QC Kinetics has treated over 20,000 patients like Vicky around the country. People who were told they needed surgery but chose a more natural, less invasive approach that uses regenerative treatments to help heal and restore painful joints with no downtime.
If QC Kinetics had not been what I expected, I would have gone through with the surgery, but I got so much relief, am now pretty much pain-free that I don't have to have the surgery.
Before going under the knife, you need to check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 317-559-PAIN. That's 317-559-PAIN. In Eagle Creek, Greenwood, and Carmel. 317-559-PAIN.
With traffic on the 5s at 305, here's Matt Baer.
All right, Downey, southbound 69 stop-and-go traffic from 96th Street down to 82nd. And also on the northeast side, eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Northbound 37 stop-and-go traffic as you make your way up from Epler Avenue to 465. That is a construction zone. And south side, eastbound 465 slow off man over to White River. Traffic sponsored by Arizona State University. With ASU Online, you get everything the nation's most innovative university has to offer. Learn more asuonline.asu.edu. That's asuonline.asu.edu. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's a cloudy and cool evening, low 29 tonight. Right now, your radar's clear. It's mostly sunny and 50 degrees. I'm Donnie Burgess on the level, on the go, and on...
A congressional subpoena. He goes and he tries to play the sympathy card with the reporter, said he was there to talk, and then got in his car and drove off. Typical Biden fashion. The House Oversight Committee will continue to investigate. We will continue to move forward. We have momentum now with this impeachment inquiry, and we're going to get the truth for the American people.
All right, we've had about 24 hours to let the dust settle there with the big hunt. My dad didn't have anything to do with my time on the board of Burisma. He didn't have anything to do with that Chinese business.
What did Hunter do that ever qualified to him for any of these things that he did?
Well, his last name qualified.
That's it. That's it. And all this is because he didn't pay a $30 phone bill, a $30 bill to a computer repair place in Delaware.
Joe Biden's reply, the president said shortly after the vote on his inquiry, and by the way, the vote wasn't to impeach him. It's a vote to move forward.
To do what we've done for the past years already.
Yeah, right.
But officially.
Quote, attacking me with lies. Let's see. He said shortly after the vote, the Republicans are, quote, attacking me with lies, and are also wasting time on what he calls a baseless political stunt that even Republicans in Congress admit is not supported by facts. But actually, all Republicans voted to approve the inquiry, and all Democrats opposed.
I mean, as expected.
I mean, he's saying, an impeachment is political, of course, but this is exactly what happened with Donald Trump and the phone call to Ukraine.
Yeah, they raided Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago office with less evidence than they have right now.
Oh, please. And the same thing for Joe Biden and his documents next to the bitchin' Corvette at his garage in Delaware. You think about that. You think about that phone call, the most perfect phone call to Ukraine ever, where Donald Trump was accused of calling the prosecutor then and saying, look, I don't want to send you any of this aid until you get your house in order because there's some corruption going on. Well, the corruption that he was talking about going on was then Vice President Biden firing the then prosecutor for investigating his son on the energy board at Burisma.
And admitted it on tape.
And yes, it's a son of a bee, I fired the bastard. He didn't say bastard. Son of a bitch, I fired that guy. And he admitted it on tape. So it's funny how that Trump impeachment worked out kind of in a circular manner. It was Trump talking about that Joe Biden's corruption. But in terms of Hunter playing the victim, they were mocking my addiction. Nobody's mocking your addiction, dude. You
took a lot of dirty selfies. That's what we're mocking.
Yeah, nobody. They're going after my character.
Your character's trash. Right? It's like, listen,
exactly.
You can do whatever you want, but the moment you make it my business, I am entitled to my opinion.
I like the guy is he. How is he smart enough to be on the board of this giant Ukraine energy company, and he doesn't know how to pay his taxes?
Anything. He doesn't know how to pay his computer repair bill.
He doesn't know how to pay child support. But yet he can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on hookers, drugs, and pornography.
Yeah.
I mean, it is something to behold. I don't know that we're going to get anywhere with this impeachment inquiry.
Of course not.
I hope it happens because I believe that for Freudian slip, I believe that Joe Biden is corrupt, and I believe that that when Hunter Biden mentions the Chinese businessman, well, that's like the Chinese spy he was dealing with over there. And then when he says, if you remember, I don't want your analysis on this. Yesterday, Hunter Biden says, my father was not involved in any, what do you say,
financially involved.
Father was not financially involved in any of my business dealings. Those goalposts have moved in terms of how Joe was involved, right?
Well, at first he wasn't involved at all, right? Never met a business partner.
Never talked about the business.
Never talked about anything. And then now we start getting more evidence, like, not only was Joe involved, he met these people.
He was in the room when Hunter was talking to the Chinese oligarch saying, hey, $5 million, dude.
So now he's got to move it and go, well, financially he wasn't. But the problem is we have check stubs. So then what are we going to go with next?
It's so transparent. It's so like Don. If this was Don Jr. and Eric Trump, anybody in the Trump family, they'd already be in orange jumpsuits.
Oh, 100%
by now. So we're 10 days away. Is it 10 days away from Christmas?
Yeah.
We're about 10. How's the Lopez holiday shopping coming along?
Has not started yet.
Oh, boy.
Have not started.
Wait a minute. Does your better half have any responsibility? Does she? Because my wife.
We have not started. So we have not started.
Wow. I am only responsible. I'm very lucky to have a wife that takes care of our kids and other family members. In a new survey, 89% of Americans say they've bought gifts for people at the very last minute. So you're going to be one of those 87%.
I'm more American than you, Nigel.
Wait, you're of Cuban descent, of course.
Huh?
I have English descent. Not that matters.
That's why we left, because you bought crappy presents at the wrong time. Got to secede from this country immediately.
32% of people have bought last-minute gifts for friends. 27% have gone down to the wire to get gifts for extended family. 17% say they've shopped late for their siblings. And then 13% of people say they run out to get small, last-minute crap for, postal carriers, trash collectors. Do you do the whole trash collector, postal carrier tip?
Listen, no, but if I did, there's no way a lot of people are doing that this year. I mean, inflation's killing everybody. Most people are downsizing. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get any extra presents at all.
Mine's done. Mine is done. I think my wife is done. She starts in October.
Wow.
Amazon is a big deal at our family. As much as you like to rag on Amazon and Jeff Bezos, it's a lifesaver. That's how you get out and get the job done. All right, let's go and take a look at those roads with one Mr. Matt Bear.
What's up, Nigel? Looking at inbound 69, slow off 96 down to 82nd, then north.
For people that use a certain interstate, right?
The south side this weekend is going to be undrivable.
That's quite a tease.
I don't know if I could have worse than that, but that's what I'm looking at.
That is quite the tease. Matt Bear live in studio with us tomorrow for his Friday segment. What is it out there right now? 51 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center on 93 WIBC. Coming up next, a good old-fashioned round of Is It Racist?
Have you seen? Please visit howardbailey.com/ND disclosure. Investment advisory services may be offered through Howard Bailey Securities LLC, a registered investment advisor. Working with Howard Bailey Securities LLC cannot guarantee investment success or that specific financial goals will be achieved.
Farming is dangerous. There's dangers all around us. We work around it and we live around it every day. And we just become desensitized to what's around us.
We go through safety training and, we try and do these things to make sure accidents don't happen, but you just never know.
There are so many farmers that I think take for granted all of the underground utilities that are there.
You don't want to hit a gas pipe because that's your life. The other part of it is if you hit certain things, you're liable for it.
I mean, we kind of know what's out here, but all at the same time, you just always call.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Whether you're installing drain tile or doing any sort of digging, always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked and have the depth confirmed. That's farming with care. But if a line does get damaged, go somewhere safe and call 911.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Fries. Some eat both ends of the fry first, others two at a time. And some eat them so fast, they forget how they ate them.
Download the app for offers like 20% off any order of $5 or more. Because when you tap into favorites like a Big Mac, McCrispy, or fries, you tap into delicious. Valid through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards. Visit McD app for details.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx.
1,000 people. A lot has changed for Chuck Goodrich. However, Chuck and his wife Tricia instill the same conservative values in their family as they place faith and family first. Now Chuck Goodrich is running for Congress because he believes too many in Washington have forgotten the simple common sense ideas that make America special. Chuck Goodrich, conservative Republican for Congress.
I'm Chuck Goodrich, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Go with Chuck Goodrich.
How to play the game, and here to explain the rules of Is It Racist is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist, yes or no?
Pretty easy to understand. Yeah.
Self-explanatory.
I think I'm ready. I got all the rules.
This mayor in Boston, woo. Actually, her name's Michelle Wu. Did not mean to woo for woo. She's an Asian mayor. First Asian mayor in Boston history. Sent out an invite via email concerning the Boston mayor's holiday party. Go get a holiday for all the employees. Well, not all the employees. This holiday party is specifically for, quote, electeds of color.
Okay.
Electeds of color. So if you're on the city county council and you're a minority, you're invited to this party. If you are on the city county council in Boston and you're whitey, you are not invited to this party. So this email, again, have you ever heard them be called that before? Electeds of color?
And I'm already wondering who's supposed to talk if the cops show up. Like, I've never heard that. The name sounds racist.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, of course. So, but the email was mistakenly sent out to all the members of the Boston City Council. So they were trying to keep this a secret. The white councilors were not supposed to receive the invite. Boston City Council comprised of 6 minorities and 7 white members. It's going to be a small party.
Yeah.
A small party for the electeds. The
electeds of color.
Electeds of color. There was an apology.
Then you probably think a flasher in the parking lot is really just doing a gender reveal, right? Like, that's obviously racist. Yeah, it's obviously racist.
And if I'm a white guy.
Also, she's Asian. She's white in America. Like, I hate to say it, but as a minority, we put them in that category.
Look, I'm saying if I'm white, I'm showing up to the electeds of color party.
You should. You are a color.
I'm sorry, Cuban?
Well, you can be my plus one, Nigel. You're my plus one. I brought my white friend.
That's another good point. What if the minority elected of color
has a plus one that's white?
Has a plus one that's white. Are they invited to the party?
Well, it depends on how they identify. If they identify of color too, then it's a whole other conversation.
Shall we continue playing? Is it racist?
I love this game.
You sent me this story. I was intrigued. We all know about, if you're an NBA fan, Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green. Troublemaker. He's been suspended indefinitely for fighting and striking Phoenix Sun Center Yusuf Nurkic, right?
Yeah, he's the Ron Artest of 2023.
That's what, Hammer said the same thing.
Yeah,
he is
always in trouble.
But you want the guy on your team?
Can't stay unsuspended, though. He can't stay on the court.
Well, now he's suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
Struck this European player in the face. And this is in the wake of the 5-game suspension for grabbing Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert by the neck last month.
Another European.
Yeah. Keep that in mind when you listen to this next clip. You remember former NBA player Gilbert Arenas?
Yeah, he held up a gun on a teammate in the locker room because he owed him money.
Yeah, that's right. He was very good. Yeah. NBA basketball player, had that controversy where he brought a gun to the
locker room. Yep.
To the locker room. Here is Gilbert Arenas on some podcast commenting about Draymond Green from the Warriors and what has been going on with him.
So look, the Gobert choke was questionable but defensible because Dre was coming to protect Clay. This latest incident left many people scratching their heads. So just, what do y'all think about the situation? And how do you react to this video?
Hey, man, listen. I know what Dre doing. He's taking care of these Euros one at a time. You know what I mean, Dre? I can't, Dre. The media is trying to push these Euros on us, baby. And you choking and slapping them back. I get it, baby. Do your thing.
Okay, Gilbert Arenas saying Draymond Green is trying to take the Euros out. I'll leave it to the man of Cuban heritage.
Yeah.
Is this racist?
Man, it's hard to make a joke with this one because it would sound racist if I did it the other way. You know what I mean? Like, it is just it's indefensible that anybody of any race says any racist things, but it always seems to come from the left, right? The left can be as racist. They can make your color, your this, your that.
But I don't know what his Gilbert Arenas' politics are.
I mean, it doesn't matter what his politics are. If he's insinuating that a black player is fighting back against white European players. Not about basketball. This is all about race for him.
Interesting. And I guarantee the blowback would be a lot worse if Draymond Green had attacked two different Asian players.
Well, there's only a couple of those.
I know, I understand that.
Yeah.
But if he would have said, he's trying to get rid of the Asians, that would have been a bigger deal.
That's how that worked out for Donald Sterling out there at the Clippers, right?
No kidding.
He didn't want his girlfriend taking pictures with black guys. They made him sell the team.
No, wow. All right, it's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? George and Megan at yourcoverage.net can help. George and Megan have helped countless individuals and families save 30 to 60% on health insurance with superior coverage. George recently saved a family of four $800 a month with the Aetna Network $0 deductible and $0 doctor office copay plan. This is not a government-sponsored health insurance plan. So if you're uninsured, recently lost your job, on COBRA, or are paying extremely high rates for Obamacare or your work coverage, George and Megan will help you if you meet the flexible guidelines for health insurance. Yourcoverage.net will provide you the best coverage at the lowest rate. Their goal is to give you peace of mind and the utmost in healthcare. Go to yourcoverage.net and see for yourself, or better.
Now, Fraley Implement is offering exceptional incentives like 0% interest rates, cash bonuses, and free delivery within 50 miles. If you're in the market for a Massey Ferguson, chances are Fraley Implement has it. And if they don't, they'll find it for you. Stop by Fraley Implement and see what a family-owned dealership can help you with today. Learn more at FraleyImplement.com.
Here's an unexpected holiday surprise for all the last-minute shoppers. Now through December 17th, all of Diamond's Direct Diamond Classics are 25% off. That's all diamond earrings, all diamond bracelets, all diamond pendants, an incredible 25% off. Special financing, too. Get the perfect gift at the best value price all year. 25% savings